Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So, remember this video that I did at the bottom? It says Chicagoans being kicked off Section 8. And I asked a question: in order to house immigrants, outrage at the meeting. And the lady here, she was speaking, and it just did like the subtitles. And as you can see here, it says, you took away the Section 8. Really? Surprise, surprise. They took away the Section 8. Being said before, saying it again. Who didn't see it coming? Right now, they spend $1 billion on migrants, $1 billion on people who haven't paid any tax dollars. Hadn't filed an income tax, a W-2, 1099, nothing. This is what investment looks like, not running your mouth. That's why I say at these meetings, I understand people speaking out, that is their right. But while people, American citizens, primarily African American community, are at the meetings and they're going, oh yeah, what you're doing, you're stealing our money. They are doing what is all by design, what they planned on doing. And I'm sorry to tell you, the hollering that they're doing and is speaking out is falling on deaf ears. Nothing is going to change. And we're still going to vote blue. So, I don't know what to tell you. Nothing is going to change. So, I've been saying, even before the last election, I said, speaking of that, I said, and I also mentioned this platform. They're going to starve you out. Take away to Section 8. I've heard a lot of people leaving Chicago. And some people say, oh, you don't even know, you don't live in Chi-Town. Honey, readers are leaders. Oh, I've driven through there one time and no thank you. We got lost. It was in the hood and I saw somebody getting beat down. No thank you. Back to the burbs. You don't have to live there to know what's going on. You don't have to know. You're not in New York, but I'm on Wall Street 5 days a week. The NYSE. So people need to, and I'm not the best listener, the best orator, the best processor of information, but I do have common sense. And I want to say I have some critical thinking skills. So this lady here, Patrice Stewart, she has her channel. Listen to what she has to say. Oh, by the way, as I understand, the sister is in Chicago. So I'm sure she knows what she's talking about. She has a channel much larger than mine. She's a Chicagoan, is my understanding. We are so consumed with the wrong things, and then when things like this happen, because we haven't thought it through, we haven't thought our decision making through, and any possible impact when these things happen, we're caught off guard, and all we can do is go down and holler. So she's a Chicagoan, and here's what she's saying, and I'm quite sure she knows what she's talking about.
But for those of us who live in the city of Chicago, I would like to share with you all something. And I want you to share this video with people who are on assistance, right? If you know anyone who is on Section 8, if you know any family members, I want you to share this video with them, okay? Right now, the city of Chicago has opened, and it's been open for a while now, the Section 8 application, right? But guess what? It is not open to people who look like you and I. It is only and specifically open for the migrants. All right?
I already told you that was going to happen. That's just like that with NYCHA, the New York City Housing Authority, when they said, hey, after 15 years, Section 8 been closed down, New York. Just when they evicted the illegal immigrants out of the shelters, boom, what happens? Oh my goodness, they've opened it up. I already knew then. They opened it up just when those migrants end up what? Getting evicted out of those shelters. You didn't find that to be a coincidence? Then the housing authority, they put out information. And the information said the that they're going to select was basically going to be cherry picked. Not by who went on the list, who maybe was on, I guess when it was, we're talking about 15 years it's been closed down. That's how much they care about you, about the citizens of America who need a place to live. But just when they uh, evicted the illegal immigrants out of the shelters, NYCHA opened up New York City Housing Authority. And then they say the people who are to receive the Section 8, they said they were going to be cherry picked. I knew then, cherry picked. Oh, so don't get your hopes up thinking, well, I've been on that list and I'm going to run down there. Cherry picked. They're not playing with you. Who do you think that's for? The illegal immigrants. So, and I said before, and I know people don't like it. It's like that video, and I know people don't like it or they'll get mad. That's fine. You can, that's okay. Somebody said, I did a video, and they put a comment. They said, vote for Kamala, uh, something about to make it, I guess, safer, if I can recall. And I'm like, no, no, it's not going to get safer because the economy is going to get worse, and so it's going to typically lead to more violence. And this is too funny, and so I put back in the comment, I said, hey, Kamala probably packing too. Look up this morning, she did a video. They showed an interview with Oprah, and she put, if somebody breaking my house, they're gonna get shot. And then she does her laugh thing. You can't take a chance. And the thing is, with all this, specifically for the migrants, I just saw something where they said the government in another location, you know what they're doing? They're pausing Section 8. So I'm starting to thinking the part is going to be for the citizens, and specifically the BC. So, quick question: what do you think if the people need Section 8? All these jobs, all these cuts, laying off, or the replacement income, not seeing it. So, what do you think these people are just going to go ahead and do? Oh, maybe start a business and then make a whole lot of money. No. It's going to lead to a lot more homelessness, and it's going to lead to a lot more violence. A lot of these men are used to being taken care of by these women, and when the women cannot take care of them anymore, they're not going to say, well, I've been sitting up on my mom or my baby mother for like the past 3 or 5 years. I better go ahead and get a job. It's not going to happen. First of all, they're not even hireable. What kind of skills do you have besides sitting up? Most jobs, they're not going to, I don't know, any job that's going to pay you maybe to show you can use the joystick real well. Maybe do a video. They said people make a lot of money just watching folks playing games. Hey, good luck with that. But stop and think. Who is going to be impacted? 60% people that receive welfare, and it makes sense because given the majority of this country are white people. And that's probably older, it's probably more now. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not think, and I'm not anyone in charge, but just my opinion, I don't see them gonna have their own suffering, like, oh well, sorry back, no. I think more than likely what is going to happen is how it always happens, is that it's going to be this crew, me and you, our wonderful, beautiful group, different opinions. That's what's going to be mainly off of it, and they're going to bring the illegal immigrants on. Middle class been wiped out. Only a few may be holding on. And you know what? Those folk are trying to sit up here and just share their resources and, well, come on over. You and your 4 or 5 kids taking a full family. They don't want to do it. Ergo, crime is going to increase. Why? You're going to have too many darn Americans out there in the streets. Crime is going to increase. I'm with Cam. They break in. She said they're getting shot. And, I know she laughs all the time, but yeah. And the worst thing is, black men being the breadwinner, that's who's mainly going to be attacked. Look what's happening now. Women are just in the grocery store, laundromat, and they're getting attacked by who? Men. Why are they attacked by men? Because these men they're really, I don't care, they could be a size 16 shoe and 6'5", just tall. A lot of them have fragile egos, more than what some of us may really realize. Very fragile egos. Highly volatile. And when you are with someone who is at the bottom of the barrel, I'm here to tell you, that person can be very dangerous. A person that's desperate, very, very, very dangerous. Like the one that tried to extort me, it's not gonna happen. Why? Desperate. You're gonna show up to my office. You think you're really that desperate? It didn't end well in his favor. But the fact that he tried it, that to me spoke volumes. Oh, I need to come up with five. Are you gonna do what? I'm not giving you behind on $5,000. You can keep it pushing. And what I said was gonna happen did happen. You're going to have more people committing financial crimes. You're going to have more people committing fraud. It's going to be more robberies. And the sad thing is, when you have a whole lot of people homeless like that, people that start to lose it when they have nothing to lose, watch out. That's why I think more women are going to be, they're going to be attacked. And the sad thing is, more women and children are going to end up homeless. That part right there. But what are your politicians saying? What are they doing? They don't care. And I don't care if it is a black politician. Look at Maxine Waters. Oh, it got a little hot for her. Telling those people protesting, everybody go home, go home. Girl, I've read about the products where they have, okay, these could be jobs. And all of those jobs went to Hispanic men. They're like, what about the black men? Did they show up? Okay, if they showed up, and then what? So we got a little, I think Maxine Hot Waters got a little hot for her. And she told a piece, go home, everybody go home. And what did they tell her? We don't have no home. Really now, in California, you think? So what you're about to see is I'm afraid what we're going to see is a homeless population of black people that we have not seen before. Real talk. We're about to see not just Americans, I mean pretty much anybody that's American, because they've made it clear who the priority is in this country. And if you don't know, then I don't know what to tell you. They've made it real clear who the priority is in this country. So what's going to happen? A lot of people who are on these programs, they're not going to get renewed. Yeah, like Lady said, you took away the Section 8. So where are those folk going to go? Let me guess, they had a training program and they got a job waiting for them, an internship at a Fortune 500 company, and they're going to be all right. The lie we tell ourselves when we're scared, and that means we don't know what to do and don't plan on doing anything. Listen to this also, what Patrice Stewart said. I'm almost complete.
You remember our mayor and aldermen closed a couple of the shelters right before the DNC convention. They wanted to make it a very big, make it seem like everything was okay. They didn't want to show the shelters being near downtown and things like that. So they closed a lot of those shelters, and abruptly, right? A lot of those people didn't know really where they were going. So they have opened up the Section 8 application and have been approving them for Section 8 for up to 12 months. No rent, right? No.
You hear that? Now, as I understand, people on Section 8, of course, they're not paying the market rent because they can't afford it. I get it. But as I understand, people on Section 8, don't they pay like some kind of money to stay there? It's just a really, really reduced rate. That's what my understanding is. However, I've never heard of this before, and I don't work for the Section 8, and I haven't been on it. But from what I've gathered, just in general.
Didn't want to show the shelters being near downtown
Listen
and things
carefully.
like that. So they closed a lot of those shelters and abruptly, right? A lot of those people didn't know really where they were going. So they have opened up the Section 8 application and have been approving them for Section 8 for up to 12 months. No rent, right? No payments from them. And then they'll have to do an application process after a year.
How many Americans could get on their feet if they had 12 months free rent? You got people sitting up here, got college degrees. Some have more than one, saying, "Oh, but you're no good." Well, of course, because you spend money to make money, and all you did is spend money, got those degrees, and now I can't make no money. How many Americans could use 12 months free rent? So they're going from a shelter. Americans finna hit the streets. Illegal immigrants coming off the concrete, why, into a house, into an apartment. They have houses, apartments, you name it. 12 months. They get to stay free. Who's paying for this again? Tax dollars. Chicago, hiring freeze. Why? 12 months, illegal immigrants get to stay free. Got to cut back on city services. So if you call for the police and it takes maybe a couple of hours down the line, don't be surprised. Hiring freeze, got to cut back. More crimes going to increase. They can't have every cop on every beat where he needs to be. It's not possible. It's not financially possible. 12 months. So I get the feeling it's about to be a BCA DOS FBA Exodus is coming. And here's the other thing. I think Chicago's just a testing ground. Next thing you know, this is normally how things go. It'll just, it's like the domino effect. What's the next? Okay, Detroit. Okay, New York. I'm afraid we're about to see homelessness that we have never seen before. Even again, even the middle class. People I know been making six figures. I mean, and it's like, okay, whoop-de-whoop, they ain't like, they were paying us six figures back in 2014. We were knocking down 100,000 10 years ago. Woo. You think that same money is really hitting on something? It's not. And now the money is less. Now the money is gone. And that's what's happened to our black middle class, the one you can only turn to. Do you not see what's going on? Do you not see what's going on? Affirmative action, that's over. They don't have to hire you. Why? There's no affirmative action, and they don't have to hire you. And we haven't built our own because guess what? We hate each other, we're jealous, and we just sure as hell can't get along. But can get along with the descendants of the clan just like that. Can get along with descendants of the clan any other man. We can get along with them enough to do business and make them rich. But each other, it's going to be some kind of dust up. If it's not the customer, it's the business owner. Can't get along. Unbelievable. This is what destruction looks like. And it's coming to a city near you. I mean, it's already here. It's about to get worse. It's about to get worse. So, yeah, I already said this is going to happen. They're going to starve you out. This to me looks exactly like the starving out plan. And this was maybe this video, last year? You took away the Section 8, because somebody else going to get up in place. So the immigrants look, they don't even pay. She said, based on her information, she lives in Chicago, it's my understanding. They got it 12 months free. So they just moving in with nothing. You wonder why some of them are off the food stamp program. No kidding. So they know, well, they're off the food stamp, Section 8. All they're going to do is up and leave. This is how, what I call, they de-black it. They finna de-black it, DFBA, D-ADOS, whatever it is. If you black don't have the resources, baby doll, you're going to have to go. But who wants to listen? And I hate to say this, and people get mad, and that's the part that, blows my mind. Orange head. I didn't know Trump was really down there 9 years ago at that border. I didn't know. But as a business person, you're gonna go check. And people have to understand there is a difference between a politician and a business. Most politicians ain't ran no dang business. They know to get up there, somebody put some money in their coffers, and they're gonna do their best interest. A politician, necessarily a business person, man or woman, are you kidding? Most of them don't have a business. So you're going to see things differently. Orange Head, the Trumpometer, El Trumpster, Orange Head said, keep them out. And now look what America's having to deal with. It's a little late. It's a little late. But now we know. These folks are staying here. And the BC, that's one that's going to have to go. Anyway, got to go for a meeting. Thanks for watching. It's just, we worried about the wrong thing. Worried about the wrong thing. Even if it's not us. And some of us are doing okay. That's a good thing. Some of you may have more than one place to stay, and that's a good thing. Talk with a friend of mine real quick. He said, hey, you know so-and-so? I said, yeah. He said, so-and-so finally went ahead to give it is going to go ahead and sell the house in Atlanta. And I'm like, he's still there in Atlanta? He's still got the house in Atlanta? He said, yeah. You, why do you've been having that house in Atlanta? You've been paying for two places going on about 3 to 4 years now. Atlanta should have been gone. Airbnb lists out something. And this is not a rental. So basically, if you add it up, should have been made a move because he lost his job. If you add it up, you're looking at, let's say, $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 in 1 year. He should have been left. I'm like from last time I thought it was common sense. We were saying give it up. Lost the job. Now I'm finna go ahead and try to sell it. They got to get rid of it. Can't afford it no more. $3,000. I'm like, we discussed this last year, man. Even a few months ago. Should have been giving it up. It's time to let it go. Money just going out. So that 36. Let's just say the past 2 years. Because the career was going funny then, after the pandemic, it was going crazy. So let's say around 2022 is when things kind of start to hit, and then he was able to find him another job, okay? So for the past 2 years, you're looking at $72,000 that he's paid out for the other place in Atlanta. And sometimes he was just going there on the weekends. Yeah, sometimes just going there on the weekends. $72,000 paid out. Now the job has laid him off, so he gotta go. I'm like, I assumed he'd already gone. I had no idea he was still trying to hold on. That's $72,000 out of his pocket. Wasn't even staying there. Wasn't even staying there. Let's hope things get better for him. I'm surprised. Like I still can't believe he goes every now $3,000 a month plus the upkeep because you got the landscapers. And $3,000 a month. So that's $72,000 for the past year. He could have had in his pocket. I'm just saying. He probably thought, oh yeah, this is going to keep on going. So now the job has fired him and he's been let off. Unfortunately, and you see what's going on, and other people in his industry been laid off. He already knows the probability of being able to afford these two places is not going to happen. So we got to let go of one. He been paying for two places. I thought he'd been out. So much for the middle class. So then when people think, oh, I'm going to run to him and see what, he can't help you. So this here, you took away the Section A. We already saw it come on this channel. We've been talking about it, and so have others. And what I see on the show in Chicago, look at the mayors. Not a white man. I'm just saying, I don't care if he has a black wife. The one running the show, not a white man. But you can't critique a black person, especially a black man in a position of power. They'll be ready to come after you. But now seeing is believing. And then what? Now where are you gonna go? They're gonna what I call they're getting ready to de-black it. But we've played our part in this. Oh, let's not act brand new. It's the decisions that we made. It's the decisions that a lot of people made. Politicians don't give a darn about you. And a lot of people on the Section A, they're going to be like Aerosmith, walk this way to homelessness. By the way, anybody goes to the farewell tour of Aerosmith? I didn't go. I saw the price of those tickets and, love me some Joe Perry. Okay, Steve Tyler. But my favorite is Joe Perry. I can't help it. And those tickets were selling out. I'm like, wait a minute. When I went to see Beyonce, the same section, maybe one of us can go. Send me. I'll tell you about the show. Those tickets were selling out. Why? The ones sitting there got money. A lot of them have money thanks to the ones on the screen, honey. We help everybody else. I said, look at this. These tickets are going. You want, I'm like, wait a second. You want way, way up there. You can't hardly see. And that was $700, like $764. That's too far back when you're talking. You can't hardly see. I'm going to need binoculars. Selling. The decision they made, and they didn't make that money, they've got it. I put the laptop, we can shut that down. The decision they made. They could afford the concert that day. Honey, for that price, what I could see, Steve Tyler gonna have to show up here to me. You gonna have to walk this way because I can afford him. Forget that. For what honey, Steve, for that price, I'm like, that's crazy. And then way back there is $764. Are you crazy? You're not far from oh no. The decisions that were made, that generational wealth. They're not trying to hold hands with everybody, be about a friend. The decision they were made, again, there's CA, cultural annihilation, that's what we've seen in practice, and CP, cultural preservation. So this right here, when you operate on CA, cultural annihilation, because we hate each other, we're jealous, and we don't think them, we're so emotional, and we're caught up in entertainment, and then while they're doing, like I said, all this hollering, then the background's still working. So as you heard the lady say, they got Section A paying no money for a year. And then they get to reapply. I doubt if it's going to be denied. Anyway, I got to go. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out. Oh my God, I'm